Imagine walking into your high school classroom or college classroom and seeing a group of people praying. Have you ever walked into a restaurant and seen people praying before they eat their meal? Or have you ever walked into a public place and seen someone praying for a specific reason? The answer to that question is probably yes, you have. But have you ever walked into your high school classroom and seen someone praying? The answer to that is probably no. As a firm believer of Christ and God, I believe that prayer is an important aspect of life, which gives me the qualifications of presenting this speech to you today. The purpose of my speech is to persuade you to agree with me that we should allow schools to involve prayer in everyday activities. Prayer should be allowed in schools because it would allow students to practice their religious beliefs. It would instill morals into students, which is needed in today's society, and it would allow students to gain the religious freedoms that they deserve. School prayer would allow religious students to observe and put their religious beliefs to practice every day. Prayer is just a normal conversation between someone and God. According to allabouthistory.org, the U.S. Supreme Court has urged school cooperation with religious authorities. It then respects religious nature of the people and accommodates the public service to spiritual needs. The country was based on religious principles. The Declaration proves so. It states that all men are equal, and it states that we are endowed by God and under certain unalienable rights. Without prayer in schools, there's a lack of morals found in students and teenagers. According to Restorer.Christian.org, America.org, divorce rates doubled, teenage pregnancy went up, teenage suicide went up, child abuse reached its all-time high, and crime rates went up. These events had a strong relationship with the expulsion of prayer from schools. Morals must be taught to teenagers and students that are still in school. But in order for this to be done, religion has to be brought back into schools. To ban school prayer diminishes the religious freedoms of students who would like to pray and forces them to act according to the beliefs of the non-religious minority. There is always an uproar when it comes to offending the ones who do not believe in God, and it's never allowed of us Christians to complain about anything relating to being offended. According to statelaws.finelaws.com, federal law requires prayer in schools to be voluntary, silent, and non-disruptive. Prayer should not have any limits or restrictions. If someone wants to pray out loud, they should be able to. Religious freedoms shouldn't have limits. When atheists are blocking out prayer and other religious practices, this is their way of practicing their beliefs. Why can't we as Christians practice our beliefs in public too? The purpose of my speech was to persuade you to agree with me that we should allow prayer back in schools. It's important for Christians to have this religious right, just as non-religious people have the right to disagree with allowing prayer in schools. As a believer of God, prayer is an important aspect of my life, and this gives me the qualifications of presenting this speech to you. Earlier in my speech, I asked you if you had ever seen anyone praying in school. The answer was most likely no, you probably haven't. Praying is an important aspect of any Christian's life, including mine, and in order for one person who believes in God, it is important for you to agree with me that we should fight to bring back prayer into the school systems without being judged. People that are not religious and who do not believe in God have conversations with people all day, every day. So why can't we as Christians just have a normal conversation with God like everyone else? According to allabouthistory.org, George Washington, the first president of the United States, stated, "What students should learn in American schools above all is the religion of Jesus Christ." Thank you.